The knock came at 12:07 a.m., sharp and heavy, the kind that makes your heart jump before your feet even touch the floor. I remember staring at the door, praying it was a mistake, praying my kids wouldn't wake up. Midnight knocks don't bring good news, especially when you're a single dad already running on empty. When I opened the door and saw my boss standing there under the porch light, rain dripping from his coat, my first thought wasn't anger. It was fear. Real, bone-deep fear. Because when your boss shows up at midnight, you assume your life is about to fall apart before we begin. If stories like this move you, inspire you, or remind you that kindness still matters, please take a second to subscribe, like, and comment. You're watching Kindness Diaries, a place where real stories remind us how one kind moment can change everything. I'm Mark, and at the time, I was doing my best just to survive. My wife had passed away 2 years earlier after a short illness, leaving me alone with 2 kids under 10. I worked a warehouse job during the day and cleaned offices at night. Sleep was something I remembered, not something I got. Every dollar was already spoken for before it even hit my account that night. My kids were finally asleep. I just sat down with a cold cup of coffee when the knock came. I opened the door halfway and said, "Is everything okay, my boss?" Mr. Harlan didn't smile. He didn't step inside. He just looked at me and said, "I need you to say that again." While you look at me, I was confused. "You say what again, what you just asked?" He said. I swallowed. "Is everything okay?" He nodded slowly. That's what I needed to hear. We stood there in silence, rain filling the space between us. Then he asked if he could come in. I hesitated, embarrassed by the clutter, the laundry piles, the half-painted walls that never got finished. But I stepped aside. He looked around, not judging, just noticing. Then he saw the couch where I slept so the kids could have the bedrooms. He saw the lunchboxes lined up for the morning. He saw my life, laid bare without me saying a word. "I didn't come here to fire you," he said quietly. "I came to apologize. That stopped me cold earlier that day. I'd messed up a shipment. It wasn't huge, but it caused delays." Mr. Harlan had snapped at me in front of everyone. I'd taken it silently, like I always did. I needed the job. Kindness felt like a luxury I couldn't afford. I went home angry, he continued. "Angry at you, angry at you, angry at the mistake. Then I checked your file again. I saw the overtime, the second job. The emergency contact listed as neighbor. I realized I didn't know you at all. I didn't know what to say. My throat tightened and all I could manage was, 'I'm doing my best.'" "I know," he said. "And I wasn't kind today." He reached into his coat and pulled out an envelope. Inside was a check. Not a bonus, not charity. "Back pay," he said. I should have gotten months ago when responsibilities quietly shifted onto me, but that wasn't the moment that broke me. The moment was when he looked at me and said, "Why didn't you say anything?" I answered honestly, "Because everyone's carrying something. Mine just happens to be heavy." He nodded, eyes shining. "You still asked me if everything was okay." I didn't realize then how much that question mattered. He stayed for a few minutes, long enough to listen. Really listen, about my kids, about my wife, about how tired I was. Before he left, he said something I'll never forget. "Kindness isn't soft," he said. "It's brave. And you showed it when you didn't have to." The next week, things changed. Not just for me. Mr. Harlan started asking people how they were doing and waiting for the answer. Schedules became more flexible. A quiet kindness spread through the warehouse, one conversation at a time. A month later, he promoted me, not because I asked, because he noticed years have passed since that midnight knock. My kids are older now. We laugh more. We sleep better. Life isn't perfect, but it's fuller. Sometimes I think about that night and how close I was to shutting the door with a simple "What do you want?" Instead, I chose kindness. Just a small question. Just a moment of humanity. And it changed everything. So if you're tired, overwhelmed, or hurting, remember this. You don't need grand gestures to make a difference. Sometimes kindness sounds like, "Are you okay?" Sometimes it looks like listening. Sometimes it's choosing patience when anger feels easier. You never know who's standing on the other side of the door. And you never know how one kind moment might echo through their life. If this story touched you, share it, live it, and be the reason someone believes kindness still exists.